you as a parent, because you as a parent have to care and communicate with your child, changing their belief system so they can change their behavior. Because you don't want them running into people like us. I don't want to have to be able to send your kid as a female to just Japan, Siberia, Pakistan, come back to New York and come back just so I can make money. I don't want to strap your kid up with some dope to do a package and have him do something stupid where you can prevent that from happening. You're not going to get the real talk from anybody else besides being in a program like this, because like Anthony said, and he said, I do this on the side, and I came from Las Vegas Rescue Mission where I help gentlemen, females getting back into the workforce, but now it's recruiting into helping parents change their children's lives. So understanding that maybe 2 weeks ago we had somebody got shot right in somebody else's house, and the guy I work with, that was his house. And it's that close for me to understand that the guy I work with, his roommate shot the 2 kids. And it's hard for me to understand that, because where's the parents? And the parents from that is, the kid's dad was there in 5 minutes. It's too late. It's too late. I don't wish that upon anybody else, because I talk to my coworker. I do things right now. I've done the impossible here, like Anthony said, getting people in the workforce. When I came to Vegas, when I got released from prison in 2012, I'm still, like you said, reacclimating into normal life. But understanding that I work at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. I work for a valet company that gave us second chances, and now I help other people get into that position so that they can get acclimated to the workforce getting here. But understanding this, you as parents, you have to care more about your child, true care. Like she said, you're gonna have to be hard, you have to be a parent, you have to be a communicator, and you might have to get strict sometimes, because that's what true caring is all about. I didn't understand it as a child, because I came from a broken home. Parents here, live with grandma. Do what I want. Got involved with gangs, got involved with drugs, I've done things from, put it this way, when I came out in 2012, Honolulu Police Department called me up and they wanted to close some cases. Couple cases. I said, you can't talk to me because you have to go talk to my federal probation officer. But just having that stigma on me is not good, and I don't wish that for any of your children. Because they're going on a route right now, you might not be able to curb it, you might not be able to, you don't know what to do, you're at your wit's end, but you're trying. We're here to help you from here, this room, to that room, to push your kids into the right area. Whether it's we give it to them raw, real, and scare them, or communicate with them and show them a different way of life. Because these streets is gonna get them smashed up. These streets is gonna get them killed, because they're gonna run into people like me. And back then, maybe 15 years ago, my girlfriend's back there. She knows I have no feelings. I'm still trying to get in touch with them. It's hard to get in touch with feelings, because when you do time, you lose your feelings. I have two daughters at home. One I made amends with, one I haven't. And I miss everything. I miss weddings, birthdays. I have nieces and nephews right now that I've met recently, but they grew up talking to me on the telephone, and they're in the same position your kids are in right now, and I'm over here trying to talk to my sister about the same situation you guys are in right now. And she's a ex-addict, ex-whatever, ex-felon, and she's trying to get her crap together. But at the same time, I'm over here in Vegas, and I'm trying to counsel her into changing her behaviors so that her kids can be better than what she was. I'm trying to bring them up here, but it's hard for me to understand that everything wants to get rushed. For me, understanding what your kids' desires is, what they want to become, and encourage them and support them is what's going to make them different from having that belief they can do it, or backlashing, resenting you, or going against you. You as a parents have to understand that. Like she said, your kids might not be perfect. They're not born to be perfect. But you can guide them in a certain belief so they change their window and what they can believe and what they can accomplish. You know, doing things, like I said, sports. The program here does sports for these kids. It's wonderful. They do UFC. Let them become individually what they are, but do things for them so that you can support them. Because the best thing you can do for a kid, like you said, if you get support, I can conquer the world as a child. Especially it depends on how old your child is and what level they're in and how much they're processing faster. They're gonna either backlash, go against you, or they're gonna run with you because like, okay, mom cares. If my mom cared, my mom showed me a different way of caring was giving me to grandma. Grandma said, get good grades, come home, do that. She didn't know I was doing everything else on the side. Dealing dope, stealing cars, counterfeiting, gangbanging, fighting, killing, shooting, fighting, how the list goes on. And I don't want none of your child to get to that point. Try and stop it here with this program now, because like you said, if I had programs like this when we was around, things might be a lot different. And like I said, doing things like this for us, because the experience we have, say your child is in his teens right now. He does something really bad. He gets tried as an adult. You will not see him. You don't want to be talking to your kid behind a glass, crying, explaining to him what it is you could have done better. Try and prevent it before it happens. You might, as a parent, might have to change your ways. You might have to change your communication style. You might have to change your beliefs. But you as a parent have to change along with your child. Because if it doesn't happen for you now, when you're over here like this, crying, or you can't touch your kid, or you can't do nothing, and you're gonna say, and he's gonna be telling you, put money on my books, and you telling him I can't, when you could have prevented it by doing one simple thing, what's that worth to you? Everything in the world, because you're not gonna get a second chance. I got lucky enough. When my dad waited for me to come out of prison, he see me go in and he visit me, come out. When I went to federal prison in Lompoc, where I stayed there for like 9.5 years, just in that one place alone, besides all my stay time, he didn't get to visit because he was sick. He couldn't come and visit. My mom just asked me this past New Year's, do you regret anything? And it was hard for me to understand that. I couldn't explain to my stepmom that I wish I could have talked to him more. I wish I was a better son to him instead of bashing heads. My stepdad, 6'6", big, putting me in sports and everything, but like you said, beat me up. Extension cord, Hot Wheel tracks, you guys know the deal, you guys already know. Right? Shoes. So I bashed against him. You know, when I got old enough, I went in there with a shotgun and I clacked it and I said, you ain't gonna touch me no more. Who does that to a parent? A kid like me that wanna buck. Maybe some of your kids are at that stage. You know, maybe your kids are at that point where they wanna change, they don't know how to change because you haven't showed them. You know, it might be something small. If I could tell you to do one thing, try to do one thing daily and compound it so that you can understand. Maybe it's talking to him, maybe it's encouraging him, maybe it's showing him a different way, showing true caring. True caring is being accountable. If you want your child to be, grow up not going through us the hard way, hold him accountable for his things and show him the difference. Yeah? Good? Any questions? I mean, we could go on and on.
From here